At Plant with Purpose, I write grants. I'm the grant writer, and I also do some communication. And yeah, it's not always easy to kind of explain in 2 or 3 words what it is that we do. The way that reforestation connects with agriculture isn't necessarily something that we all understand, because most of us in the United States don't live on farms. We don't necessarily even live near farms. Yeah. We buy our food at the grocery store, and when we think of farmers, we think of men in overalls, maybe somewhere in the Midwest, and that's a stereotype too. But we don't think about women, and we don't think about people who grow food just to feed their families. So subsistence farmers or smallholder farmers, and so getting people to understand the context is one thing. But then the other piece is what we do isn't. It's not as simple as we drill a well so that people can have clean water. Yeah. We plant trees so that the water comes back to the watershed, and then the roots of the trees clean the water. And that's, it's a little bit more complicated, but it's really getting at the literal roots of poverty. So I hope what I'm able to do is to help people understand that what we do in planting trees and in doing agriculture training and in doing savings and loan groups is helping people get at the literal roots of poverty. When we think about the successes of an organization, I always think about the individual stories, and those are the ones that are fun to tell. So the statistics are great, being able to talk about, we've planted 9 million trees in the time that we've been in existence is nice, but to be able to tell the stories of the people who've been impacted is definitely more enjoyable. And so I think about a father in Haiti who has 7 kids who says, I had actually given up hope that life was possible in the community where I lived, because I couldn't grow anything in the ground. And then later to hear him say, I don't have a lot, but I have my dignity, and I'm happy with myself, and I'm proud of what I've been able to do. That's huge. And to hear a mother in Tanzania who's a widow, who lost her husband and was dependent on other people in her community, to say, I'm no longer dependent on other people. I can provide for myself, and I can provide for my children. Those are big, and those are the kinds of things that I think make us want to get up in the morning and do what we do. Live 58, what I appreciate about what they're doing is bringing organizations together. Poverty is complicated, and not one organization alone is ever going to be able to address all the issues. And so bringing organizations together who have different experiences and expertise means we can work together to figure out how do we best help people, how do we best walk alongside people, how do we best provide those opportunities that people are looking for, not with their hand out, but to say, how can I live in a way that I can change my circumstances, and together with my community we can change things, and I can provide for my kids with dignity. Live 58's brought together people who are like-minded, organizations who are not just interested in humanitarian work just because it makes them feel good, but because it's part of the now and the not yet of the kingdom of God, that things aren't yet what they will be, but we can work together to help create that kingdom of God on earth as it is in heaven.